UFC 317 just took place, and oh my god. That was one of the best fight cards I've watched start to finish in like years. That was absolutely insane. It lived up to the hype. Even the fights that we weren't too excited for delivered. I'm going to just go through the entire card and give you my thoughts. This event just wrapped up, so if I miss things, that's why. My brain is scrambled. I guess I'm just going to start with the main event and work my way down. So you guys can just watch the first 2 minutes of this video and then click off and get out of here. I don't blame you. Alright. In the main event, Topuria knocked out Charles Oliveira in the first round, which is what I said would happen. I said first or second round, Ilya would catch him. Charles is one of my favorites, but I love Ilya, and dare I say, this is the most cool fighter we've ever seen in the UFC. He's insane. He passed side control. You know, he got to side control on Charles Oliveira. The takedown was stuffed, and he ended up on top. He was catching Oliveira. He even got hit by Oliveira a couple times. I want to look at the totals. Oliveira landed 10 total strikes. Didn't really look like they affected Ilya. Ilya landed at a 75% clip. Came in with the right hand, put Charles out, and then caught him with a left on his way down. Had him out cold. We've seen Charles lose a lot. 11 times. We've seen Charles get knocked out. We've seen him get dropped. It's been a long time since we've seen Charles like that. I don't even recall seeing Charles out that bad, you know? Ilya, it's time to have that discussion. Ilya might be the greatest fighter we've ever witnessed, and I know I'm glazing so hard, but he really might be. And he's just such a cool dude. I know people hate him. I know people hate him because he's beating fan favorites, and I also know people hate him because he's so confident in himself. There's a difference between how confident and how cocky he is. Like, yes, he's doing all these things to be like, oh, I'm the champion already, when he isn't. But he's hugging Charles. He's giving all the respect to Volkan Max. Now, he did call Paddy Pimblett out and Arman Tsarukyan. Joe Rogan kind of fumbled because he called out Arman as well. And he said, "You talking about Paddy Pimblett, folks." He did call the blonde one out. They squared off in the octagon, which was crazy. I think Ilya beats everyone. I do. I think he beats Paddy easy. I think he beats Arman. I think that would be a good fight, though. I want to see Paddy versus Arman #1 contenders fight, and the winner gets Ilya. That would be so sick. But, God, and then I love Jack Della Maddalena. But if he lost to Makhachev and then Ilya chased Makhachev up and we finally got that fight, I wouldn't be too bad. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be that mad. But, just an insane performance from Ilya. He's really on another level. So, he proved that he is for real. And that he's going to be dominant. It's crazy. Then in the co-main event, this was kind of a bathroom break performance. Alexandre Pantoja submitted Kai Kara-France, which is what I believe I said. If I didn't say it in my video, that's kind of what I felt like was going to happen. I think I said it in my prediction video. Kai Kara-France is known for like his takedown defense and his one-shot KO power. I think Pantoja is better than him on the feet. And he easily secured the takedown in the first round, just laid on him. And this was kind of a snooze fest compared to the fight before it, but I guess any fight really would be. Dominated him on the ground very easily. It says Kai landed 57 strikes. It did not feel like it. Pantoja easily just did what he wanted with him. His leg kicks were brutal and beautiful. Took him down 3 times. Ended up getting the rear naked choke, which is kind of his go-to move. Easy win for Pantoja. He did square off with the man of the hour. Joshua Van fought Brandon Royval in the featured fight. Joshua Van got it done like I predicted, okay? He went in there and they just swung for 3 rounds straight. It was the craziest fight I've seen in quite some time. Like, I was freaking out. I was screaming the entire time. They were just swinging. Royval was going first a lot and getting caught by Van on his way in. Van was just getting inside with his shorter reach, and he was doing great. Caught him a lot. It seemed like Van was landing the harder punches, even though Royval was popping Van's head back. It seemed like Royval was like, like jolting from it. So this was an insane fight. I had it 1-1 going to the third, and the third was insanely close. I will say the second round, the numbers felt kind of crazy. I think they had it like 80-57 in favor of Royval. I thought it was closer. I had it 1-1 though. And then in the third round with like a minute left, no, like 10 seconds left. It was not a lot of time. Joshua Van dropped Brandon Royval and secured the fight, secured the round. This fight was insane. They landed 425 strikes total in 3 rounds, 15 minutes. Royval threw 468 strikes and Van threw 311. He landed 67% of his strikes, Joshua Van. He squared off with Pantoja after. I'm so excited for that fight, and I'm full steam ahead, Joshua Van. Come on. Let's get Joshua Van that title. Let's get him in there in a couple months. He's going to need some time off. He said he had a broken toe in this fight too. Crazy. Joshua Van's so for real. Brandon Royval, much respect for taking this fight. Always showing he's going to show up to fight the next guy. This was just amazing. I can't believe how good this fight was. If you haven't watched the whole thing, you need to. Okay. Worst fight on the main card. Beneil Dariush versus Money Moicano. He can't afford to lose now because he got paid good from that Makhachev fight. He showed up and got submitted, and now he's set for life. So he doesn't really have to fight Beneil Dariush. First round, it was pretty even, but I had Dariush up until Moicano dropped him at the very end of the round. Got him that round. Second round, Dariush comes out and immediately takes him down and kind of just controls him. Dariush was 5 for 5 on takedowns in this fight. Come on, Moicano. Come on. I picked Moicano in this one. I thought he was going to win the decision. I thought Dariush was going to be way more rusty. Dariush ain't even that good. This fight was fine. What it showed me is that these guys are just not on the same level as the other lightweights. Like, Patty would destroy both of these guys. He really would. I want to see maybe Beneil versus, like, Michael Chandler. Is that fair? Maybe Beneil should fight up, actually. Chandler's, like, ranked 12th. I don't know. I don't even know how he does against Michael Chandler at this point. Like, you know, we think Michael Chandler looks terrible. They look just as bad. So, I don't know. Main card opener. Peyton Talbot. If we can't tell I'm a Peyton Talbot fan, maybe it's because I'm nearly as gay as him while being straight. You know, the painted nails and all that. Anyways, love Peyton Talbot. I was at 311 when he got fraud checked by Hani Barcelos, and everyone was like, man, he's cooked. His takedown defense is terrible. Got no grappling. He came in this fight, and he out-grappled Felipe Lima. 3 for 15 on takedown attempts for Felipe Lima. That's insane. Granby rolls were insane from Peyton Talbot. He was getting dominant positioning on the ground. You could tell he didn't really have a great, like, ground and pound game. Probably because he wasn't practicing that at all. I think he was just practicing defense. Peyton schooled him on the feet. There was something in between rounds where Felipe Lima mentioned something about Peyton's power. So I assume he got cracked and was like, oh my god, this guy hits hard. Peyton looked a little slower than Lima. Lima was fast in this fight, but he was missing a lot. And Peyton was hitting him way harder. He's way more calculated. Again, just out-grappled him. I think if Felipe Lima stopped grappling so much, it actually would have benefited him in a weird way. Peyton clearly won this fight. I believe they had it 29-28 because Lima did win the first round. But Peyton clearly secured the last two. He was having a good time out there. Peyton's so for real. He called out Adrian Yanez. I love that fight. I also think he could get like a Cody Garbrandt at this point in his career. I don't know. I think Peyton is actually such a sick prospect. He's still giving me Sean O'Malley vibes. He really is. I know that's like a obvious comparison. But dare I say he had like better grappling. Let's see Peyton Talbot versus Merab. Don't do that. I like Peyton Talbot a lot. I'm glad he got that one done. Shut up some of the hate, you know? And then on the prelims, we had some crazy prelims too. Gregory Rodriguez KO Jack Hermanson, and I'm not even kidding. While this fight was happening, I was like, wow, Gregory Rodriguez is not even that good. Like he's kind of just a bad middleweight, you know? He's cut all over the face. Looked like someone was playing paintball and hit him in multiple spots. He was slow. And then he just knocked out Jack Hermanson, like one of the worst knockouts we've seen. Hermanson was down for literally like 6 minutes. They had to keep telling us if he was even alive backstage during the pay-per-view. He was fine. I thought Hermanson looked okay. You know, his defense was pretty good. He was out striking RoboCop, and then RoboCop just caught him. Nasty, nasty knockout with a big follow-up shot. That was dirty. It was dirty. That fool was dirty. Okay, Gregory Rodriguez got it done. Back in the conversation at middleweight, I could see him get another ranked opponent in the future. But I don't think he's all that good. I really don't. Gregory Rodriguez, like, he's got power, but I don't know. That's about it. Hyder Emil versus Jose Delgado. I picked Hyder Emil. Jose Delgado went out there in 26 seconds and knocked him out. Not even going to lie to y'all. I went to go grab a snack and feed my puppy. I come back. He's dead. He's dead. So, congrats, Jose Delgado. That's all I got for you. Now, what I did watch was Vivian Araujo versus Tracy Cortez. It was boring. Very boring. Tracy Cortez dominated. Dominated. I let her. What was I going to say? Oh, she got 3 out of 5 takedowns, landed a lot more strikes, but they were all just kind of ground strikes. Vivian Araujo was just complaining at the end of the fight. It was just a woman's fight. What can I say? Terrence McKinney fought Vyacheslav Borshev. I figured McKinney would win in the first round. He comes out right away. He landed 1 strike, took him down, and submitted him with, oh my god, it was like an anaconda choke. Fishelov had aliens popping out of his head. It looked like the xenomorph babies when they come out of your chest. It was nasty. His career's done. He's 8-6. He's gonna be cut from the sport. Terrence McKinney's 17-7. He's low-key kind of good, but I also don't really think he's good at all. So, very confusing. Very confusing. Early prelims were also kind of entertaining. We had Nico Price versus Jacoby Smith. Jacoby Smith, you are on my hit list. Not actually. Not actually. I'm not one of those people who gets mad at predictions. But if I got under 4.5 minutes on my prize picks for Jacoby Smith, which is what I picked, I would have won $250 tonight. He was the only one I missed in my parlay. Because he decided to take down Nico Price and just lay on him. Oh, Lord. He had him done in the first round. Nico Price was so much slower. We all knew Jacoby Smith was going to win. He was the biggest favorite in UFC history, and he proved why. Absolutely smoked him. I don't know. Nico Price landed 46 strikes, it says, but it was just like there was no threat. Jacoby Smith, easy win. His press conference, his interview was really, Joe Rogan! It was funny like the first 2 times, and then I was like, Jesus Christ, get the mic off of this guy. And the first fight of the night, Jonata Denise versus Alvin Hines. I mean, they're fat heavyweights, but this was a banger. They were just swinging back and forth. Jonata Denise got the decision. I thought it was the right decision. I thought he won round 1 and 2? 2 and 3? I think 1 and 2. I don't remember. God, 112 strikes to 83 for heavyweights, fat heavyweights. It was a fun fight. Alvin Hines came in on short notice too, so much respect. I think 18 days notice or something. It was a fun fight. It was a great way to start the night of fights. Every fight was good. Jonata Denise was good. Jacoby Smith, that was cool. It was a finish. Terrence McKinney was a banger because it was a first round finish. Viviana Araujo versus Tracy Cortez was boring, but whatever. Hyder Emil versus Jose Delgado was crazy because it was 26-second knockout. Gregory Rodriguez with a brutal knockout. Peyton Talbot with a very entertaining fight. And that was very entertaining. Like if, I don't know, that could have been up there for fight of the night if not for Van and Royval. Dariush Moicano was a stinker, but it was fine. There was some cool grappling moments. Royval versus Van was like fight of the year, fight of the decade almost. Pantoja, kind of boring. I don't know, Pantoja's kind of boring. I'm sorry. God, I could not stand Kai Kara-France doing his stupid tongue thing. Why wasn't his tongue out when he lost? You know, he's getting choked up against the camera like, ah. But whatever, he lost. He got cooked. And then Ilya knocking out Charles. Ilya's for real. I think you make Armin versus Patty, winner gets the shot against Ilya. Or maybe, God, I don't even know what you matchmake there. They probably are just going to do Ilya versus Patty because it's going to sell. And don't get me wrong, I'm actually kind of all for it. I think Ilya beats everyone. That's my video. Thanks, guys. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. You know, we're back making content. This was such a fun event. Can't wait for the next one. Derek Lewis versus Taliesin Teixeira. Subscribe.